Good morning, September 7th in Nebraska, LEAAD Farms, Cale Carlson. We are going to start irrigation. I decided probably should just shoot a video to do pre-harvest, not quite ready for harvest, don't have the combine out, probably a week away from soybeans first, then corn. Everything changes a week from now. We got rain a week ago, and the subsoil moisture in this field probably doesn't have enough to carry it to full maturity. Corn crop looks good. Tempted to let your foot off the accelerator and coast into harvest, but alas, we can not. I've always appreciated these last shots of irrigation. Since there's no rain in the forecast and the temperatures will increase, I want to give this corn everything all the way to the bitter end. We've had plentiful rains all summer long, so doing these last little bits of irrigation, not a big deal. I do believe that my 2 diesel fuel tanks did run out. They were not able to last. We'll see if this motor will fire. If not, I don't want to run it out of diesel. Too far gone. We will have to drive out the fuel trailer to put, 500 gallons in here just to give it that last little bit. Unfortunately, there's only a 4-wheeler path out here. I was able to do that all summer long, so we might have to run over corn. Or I could go get the chopper from the neighbor and chop the corn for silage. Which one should I do? Ranky panel box is on start. Will this fire? Why did it shut off last time? Maybe it wasn't out of fuel. Maybe this will work. The best. We'll babysit it and let it warm up a little bit. Have wonderful sprinklers on top. Seninger iWab top sprinkler. No flooding this season. But that motor is suspicious on running capacity. It doesn't sound good. It's missing. Fan running in the 4-wheeler. It gets warm, even on these cool mornings. White corn out here in this field. It'll probably be at least another month before I'm in here with the combine. So let's give it some more water. Why do I like electricity? That's helpful and beneficial. Actually could have done that from my phone, but I haven't been out here for a week, so I like to just look at things. Why don't we give you guys a glimpse on some of this corn, see how it is. Hopefully it's white. There we go. That's going to work. We did have a few yellow kernels at the beginning, but they have bleached out quite nice. Should be good. Here is an ear of corn that I picked. Actually, it was closer to the yellow corn down the field. You can see it denting quite nicely. And this one this morning, you can see that starch line coming down through the corner. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks, sometimes a month for that starch line to come down to reach to black layer, and that is full maturity. Then it'll start drying down, and then it will be harvestable. You can harvest it actually before that, but I don't like to do that. I like to get kernel depth and fill. Grain fill is very important. The last 10% of your yield is sitting out here, so we need to do everything we can to grow the best corn and the most yield. For me, I got to be profitable to do this again next year for you guys to have your corn chips and tortillas for football games. Mostly that will be, got a hanger, what all of this will go for. So human consumption. Most of the corn I grow is not for human consumption. We do a little bit of everything out here. Good. Made it to church, took a nap. Now I am back at, I don't know, well number 4 or 5, and was not recording. Added some oil to this pivot. We only have one more to go, but I do believe that diesel, well, actually that pivot right there, will be out of battery. I disconnected it 24 hours too late, so that motor siphons all the energy out of the battery because I think the Murphy switch stays on. This one should be ready to fire. So do I go to that well or do I stop at home and get a battery? We will decide. Start. And we'll also decide if I'll put earplugs in. Oh no! Oh, guess we're going to need 2 batteries. This one usually does not drain, but the battery was not disconnected. So that is my answer. Thank you, audience, for declaring it to me. Now I need 2 batteries. I don't have jumper cables in that 4-wheeler, do I? Button is sweet. All I did was push it in more and give it a couple flicks, and it fired. So only need 1 battery, maybe. Fortunately for me, I can hear that well north of us still running. So we are at the south well. We are at Kay's field where I have 2 pivots, 2 wells. This is the Perkins diesel. Question for the audience: if you have a weak battery and then you disconnect it, also 2-part question. If the weak battery just sits there, will it get enough cold cranking amps to start the motor? And also, when you disconnect a battery to keep it from draining, do you disconnect the negative or the positive, and why? Well, that answers my first question. Back at the farm, and I am charging this battery. Not sure if that timer works to shut that battery charger off. So tonight, this afternoon, or in 45 minutes, we better come back and make sure that is off. We'll see if this battery, it looks good. We'll run it. Okay, I think that will have enough juice for a 4-cylinder diesel. Bought these batteries cheap. Now I'm knowing why they are cheap. Probably, maybe. They are not super awesome batteries. But for irrigation, all I needed to start and run for days and days at a time. Oh, and they're heavy, but at least they have this nice handle. I'm really glad you guys enjoy this channel so much. These diesel tanks are also very low. I don't know if I can make a full revolution, but at least we have a wide pivot lane to get a fuel truck in here. I hope it just doesn't run a half lap and park over the fuel lane. Like I was saying, you guys like this channel because you didn't have to take the time the last half an hour to drive all the way back home, get a battery. You can just show up from one clip to the next and it should start. And now we are up at the ranch with some beautiful looking shatter cane. That's not what I'm trying to grow. That is a weed. But on this drip field, which works with my pivot, I need to change out the filter every time it's on or off. We'll give this field hopefully only one more shot. There's a frog. So there must be water up here around somewhere. Finally, for the first time in, I don't know, 12 years, I finally bought a couple extra filters so we can swap out this filter. So I will always have one on hand in case I forget to change this out when I'm up here to wash it. The best way to wash it is with a power washer. It's a fairly fine filter, but now we have a couple extras. Yeah, we'll switch this out, then we can just start the pivot and be on our way. Try to remember how all those gaskets go back together. Yes, it is ooey gooey. A little bit of, not much, well, a little bit of sand and gravel, and then just marsh pond wet juice. What word am I looking for? Getting a phone call. All right, why you would try to film and put this together, I don't know. Maybe just to see if I can do it one-handed. We have this little agitator. Oh, pond scum is the word I was looking for. I don't know where it comes from. All right, you put that in and then get this on like that. Seals off nicely. If you can just get that in, which I can't with one hand. There we go. Sorry about that. I put your face down. That's in, and then you have this locking mechanism that goes in like that. Spin it in, and then it will pinch against that gasket and seal off real nice. And then I just open up this valve right here so that when I start the water, all the junk and juice coming through will hopefully blast out as it hits the bottom of the filter and spins the water really well. Then we can just shut that valve off and we should be good enough to go to get that whatever junk sediment is sitting in the bottom of the pipe underground. Now we'll move to the pivot. Did I bring? Yes, I brought drip oil and a little bit of natural gas engine oil, 20 W40 for natural gas engines, a little bit special formulation. Should be good to go. What else did I forget? Antifreeze, but we fixed that radiator, so it should be awesome sauce. I added oil, but I did not add a PTO guard, so be very conscious about the PTO. And I'll stand to the side, but hopefully that battery will go. Murphy switch. Looks like we got some moisture in this box. We'll leave it open. Bingo. Turn the water off for now while you guys enjoy this beautiful view. This is the ranch property right next to the Plat River. Would you guys like to hop down and take a peek at it while we let that box dry out and the system pressure up? Don't forget, we have to shut off the drip nozzle that drip irrigates the corner of this rectangle field where the pivot does not hit. Genius design. Well done, Dad, for putting that in. About 12 years ago, he decided instead of gravity irrigating, we'd do drip, and that worked very well. We'll check on the excavator, make sure there's no mice in there. Welcome to what we call the high point. In the ranch, this is where we graze our cattle. Built a zip line. We have solar panels to power this dry cabin. Dad, my brothers, and myself built this cabin in loving memory. Dad. Brother put up the flagpole, and every once in a while, I come up here. Now you guys probably know, I'll get out of the wind, why I choose to irrigate the ranch at the end of the day, so I can come up here, check on the cabin, and see, yes, there is the mighty Plat River. 1 mile wide, 1 inch deep is what it's known for. I'll zoom in for those of you. The water has started to flow again. It got pretty dry in the last month, a couple of weeks ago. But this is a nice, solemn place to get away from it all. And we got a little, actually this is the first, I'll tell you a longer, short story. My brother and I built a, good grief, what was it? A glamping site. It was pretty much a canvas tent that we built there, and we would camp out here, brought the kids up here when it was 5 below, and camped out. We had a little wood stove inside of that. That got shredded in the last, I don't know, 5 years. How long have we had this place up here? Decided to build this cabin structure, a little bit longer lasting. Thank you, Dad. Great plan, vision, idea. And then we just built this garage up over here to put all sorts of other things, and then we can sleep in here, which has a rustic look. Fireplace, loft up above, and apparently the ceiling fans work. Maybe I should turn that off. I will check the batteries in the back bedroom. This is essentially how the solar panel runs off the batteries, charging, and we are at, I'll have to go through here and see what power we are on. But essentially, if we're at 100% power with the bright sunshine where we should be at, then we can let the ceiling fan run. Works pretty good. It's a nice little place. This place where a lot of my tools end up. My Milwaukee tools. I don't remember if that's mine or not. I usually write my name on it. Anyway, quick little video. Where did we start? Irrigating and finished irrigating. Thanks for joining along on this channel and seeing my little slice of Nebraska. Now let's go home and have supper. Thank you. I just read all of your comments and the reminder to shut this valve off. I appreciate it. It's because of you guys that we didn't waste this irrigation water. Appreciate it. Now you can go home and have supper. Yeah, bonus footage for those that are still along. I've already done my outro, but beautiful evening. I love work and I love family. So I have a neighbor who was trying to pick up pipe. He hired a guy, that fell through. He can't do it himself. And so I thought, well, why don't we just do it? We want to spend some time together, get some exercise. So we grabbed Megan to run the tractor. Ethan and I picked up the pipe. We're halfway done. And then I told Megan she has to back it up.
Backing
Cute
up
little.
One thing, but backing up a trailer, I mean, she's definitely a farm wife.
Yeah, it's next level. I mean, she's a city girl, but she's been out here for 25 years, 26, some odd years.
City girl license results with this one.
Yeah, I know. No, she's doing a really good job. Sometimes you just have to learn by doing it. What is that? A 3520 tractor. Gorgeous little tractor. Loves this thing. John Deere with a loader. We'll be the instructors, the safety crew. We're keeping an eye on it. She's doing a really good job. I mean, like a lot of things, I could get it done faster if I would do it. But everybody, where's the education in that? You learn by doing. On this farm.
To the next generation,
anyway, you want to try backing it up? It's a sweet tractor. It's a foot-fed hydrostat. Oh, she's got it. She's doing a really excellent job. She's hired. The problem is, with her doing such a great job, is that now that will always be her job.
Maybe that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. It's an okay thing. I grew up I did so many miles of pipe, you guys don't even know, or maybe you do know. I hated pipe. We would always do it. It'd be 100 degrees, hot, sweaty. Pipe would be full of water, would dump out into your boot. And we haven't done it, we've eliminated a lot of the pipe by using pivots in the last number of years. So we don't even have any pipe on my farm anymore. Oh, and we'll do some rollout plastic, but I don't even really do that anymore. So it's amazing to me, the old jobs that you grew up hating, they really aren't that bad. And this is really kind of fun and enjoyable. Maybe I'm just addicted to work and working. I think the other thing I like, it's so much easier to help somebody else out or do something for the neighbor than it is to even do your own stuff. So several check mark boxes on this. Man, what a pro driver. I love this tractor. I don't know if it would replace my Kubota, but if I ever would, it would be this one. Megan spends a lot of time in the Kubota. That's probably why she's so good. I guess Ethan and I will just have to walk. Oh, she's going to back up the all way. You can go through there as long as she doesn't hit that harrow. Pros only. Beautiful sunset off in the distance, so another great reason to be out here. All right, for those of you new to the channel or new to irrigation in Nebraska, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to run through what gravity irrigation is, or pipe irrigation. So essentially these links of aluminum pipe, they're about 30 feet long, and they have gates usually every 20 inches, and it will furrow irrigate the corn. So this corn is planted on 30-inch rows, and depending on where your gate lines up, excuse me, where your gate lines up, you will irrigate every other row with water, and it will flood the field. This is the high end of the field, and then it slopes downhill, obviously. And so that's one way for, I don't know, 100 years we've been able to irrigate, probably before the invention of center pivots or drip or a number of other new technologies that we're using. I grew up with aluminum pipe. I did 8-inch pipe and 10-inch. This is 8-inch, if I haven't mentioned that before. And then got new technology, started getting into plastic pipe. So I did we did plastic pipe with and without gates. This pipe, they both fit together since they're 8-inch with a gasket. They slide right in this bell housing, but this is non-gated pipe, and that's what you do to where you don't want to irrigate. You run it up. That way you won't have any leaky gates. These gates are replaceable. It comes in 3 parts. An inside gasket, and then an outside plastic piece. This is rubber right here, and then a little fastener. And you can replace these gates even though you have all of the pipe laid out. You can actually even replace these gates as water is flowing. Ask me how I know how, but you will get very wet, but it can be done. So, Gravity Irrigation. I miss you, but I don't miss you. Very fun this evening to do this setup. We will put the plastic on top so we will remember what field this irrigation goes to. And the nice thing is he has several pipe trailers known and labeled to go to which field. I actually used to farm this farm, so I probably farmed this, I don't know, what, 10 years maybe? Good little farm, nice little 30-acre patch here. So this isn't my first rodeo in several reasons, I guess you could say. Ethan, you ready to load this plastic? 2 at a time, one-handed. Plastic is a little more flexible and floppy. Make a man out of you do one-handed with the flexible stuff. And I've just done, like a lot of farmers out there, miles and miles and miles of this. Oh, sweet. Double. It's key to keep one hand on it. There we go, that'll work right there. So it doesn't flop and ricochet and hit you in the face, which has happened a number of times to me before. Once when I had braces on. We had to fix that one. Good thing you're tall, Ethan.
Yeah, you're good.
And strong. That looks good. One more and we all go home.
Okay.
Thanks, Megan. You're a beautiful camera woman. Need to turn the camera around.
You'll get to see my finger when I first grabbed it, so sorry.
Okay.
Let's go home.
Fantastic. Megan gave us the finger while she's cameraman, had one job. All right, yeah, I get to drive this sweet baby. I might as well run through the tractor for you guys that are interested. Key, loader bucket right here, and then this is your foot control, hydrostatic, throttle. Can I turn around here? Should I back up? I don't want to run over any kids. Lights, camera, action. Okay, sayonara. Now, Cale signing off. Thank you for watching. There's your bonus footage of my family helping neighbors out a bit. Oh, and I already did have supper. I was going to say, now I get to go home and eat. Now I get to go home and watch a movie, or go to bed, or read a book, or do a ruck pack.